Welcome to Israel. We landed about 3 hours ago, picked up a hire car, and we've driven north for about an hour.
Yeah, we're heading to the Sea of Galilee and the city of Tiberias, but behind us is Mount Arbel is where we're stood, and behind us is views of the Sea of Galilee. You can see it just about in the distance from here.
Yeah, we're going to be here for the next week, and we're going to tour around the country and do a road trip of Israel.
So we landed in Israel about an hour ago. It was pretty simple. We landed, went through an automated kind of check control where you scan your passports and it takes a picture of your face and you get a little ticket. Then we went through to a passport control where we waited for about 45 minutes. Got asked the normal questions you get asked when you go through passport control. Where are you going? Where have you been? And they give you another ticket. And then you go through another control and you scan that. This ticket's got like a picture, your picture on like a QR code, I guess. And you've got to keep that with you for the entirety of your trip. It's super important. And then we went through and got our hire car. We've picked up a Mazda 2 for the trip. It's quite interesting. They've got like a lock in the car as well. But Sean will talk you through all of that. And then we've been driving, so we've driven from Tel Aviv along the coast. It's not really a coast road, it's just kind of next to the coast. You can't see the sea on it. And we've just stopped at a service station. So far, roads are a little hectic, nothing more than we've had before. People kind of cutting in front of you, and conditions of the motorways are good. We haven't done any real B roads yet, so we'll definitely let you know. But we were getting a little bit hungry and a little bit thirsty, so we just stopped at a service station. You can see behind me, pretty standard, pretty normal, to pick up some drinks and snacks because we're heading up towards Tiberias and the Sea of Galilee, so I think we have another like 45 minutes left. We also picked up a SIM card in the airport for a week. Was about $50. I don't know if you can get it cheaper when you're not in the airport, but we just wanted it to be simple, and we needed internet for the sat nav in the car like straight away. So yeah, that's where we're up to. I am nervous and excited and of all of the feelings because I know how incredible the next few days are going to be, and I am really excited to see the Sea of Galilee, and even more excited to see the Dead Sea in a few days. So yeah, that's basically where we're up to. I'm wondering what Sean has found in this shop because he's taking a while. So we'll catch up with you in a bit. So we have just arrived at the Arbel Nature Reserve, and just over here is Mount Arbel and some cows and some kind of cave village up in the rock. I couldn't find anything about it in our guidebook, so make sure you leave us a comment if you know what that one is. Is there some as well in Mount Arbel?
Like, yeah, I think it looks like a setup of it. Being watched by the cows here. Okay, we have checked into our hotel here at the Sea of Galilee. We had to wait till 6 o'clock this evening because it's a Saturday, so it's Shabbat today.
Shabbat today, yeah. So make sure you're aware of the different religious days and different religion timings because things do close when you're traveling through Israel. But our hotel looks incredible. It's called the Gourmet on the Sea of Galilee, and let's go check it out.
Well, the first thing you get is how nice this hotel smells, isn't it?
It smells so good. So beautiful in here.
Hopefully we won't have to leave, so I think there's some nice restaurants on site.
Yeah. There's 2 restaurants that you can go.
We woke up this morning to the Sea of Galilee there, Mount Arbel just behind us, and if also on the horizon there is Syria.
Yeah, so today we are heading on a road trip around Israel. We'll be heading to Safed, Hafia, Nazareth, and then kind of driving along the coast and inland towards Jerusalem.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day. We've got plenty to see, but we're up bright and early. We've already had breakfast and we're ready to go. It's not really a sandy beach. It's quite a lot of mud and dirt there, but
Yeah, a lot of debris, but it's definitely a lot bigger than I expected the Sea of Galilee to be.
Yeah,
But we're going to head in the car now and see if we can find a vantage point where we can see the whole of the lake up in Safed.
yeah, we're going to head up those mountains there, I think, in that direction. We're currently on Mount Beatitudes here, walking around the site of the Sermon of the Mount.
Yeah, it's a great location here. You can see the whole of the Sea of Galilee basically, but it's a very popular destination.
Yeah, I think there's about 6 or 7 tour buses right up the front there, and it's really early on in the morning. So we're not going to spend too much time here. We're going to get back on the road.
Yeah, we're heading towards Safed next. We have just arrived in Safed, which is actually one of the oldest cities in all of Israel, and it's also the highest, albeit it's not very high.
Is it 850 metres on it above sea level?
So we are going to have a walk around Safed and possibly get some falafel. Is it too early to try a falafel?
I think we have to take what we can when we can.
So maybe we're going to get some falafel as well.
This long straight stairway, constructed by the British towards the end of 1936-1939 riots as a buffer between the Jewish and Arab quarters. It was controlled by a gun emplacement above the post office on Jerusalem Street. The large searchlight that lit the stairs at night is still fixed to the roof of the building. In 1948, the stairs were considered the most dangerous defence line of the Jewish quarter, earning them the nickname Stalingrad Line.
So we have finished here in Safed. We grabbed a couple of juices which were 10 shekels each, pretty much.
Something like that. It's quite an interesting little city, although
really
it has a small town feel to it. But yeah, it's got a lot of history to it as well. A lot has happened here, and there's plenty of information plaques on the walls to let you know what's gone on here.
It's definitely a place that you need to visit when you come to Israel.
Before I got here, I was expecting figs, dates, olives to be grown around here. But we've just driven through, or driving through now, fields and fields of banana plantations. I had no idea that Israel grew so many bananas. We've just arrived in Tiberias with an altitude of 200 meters. It makes it the second lowest city in the world.
I think Jericho's the first, which is in the West Bank.
Jericho being the first, right. There's not a whole lot to do here, but you can have some fun walking around the chaotic streets, and I think there's a really good falafel bar
just
around
behind
the
you.
corner.
It's just
Is it just behind, is it? Oh yeah, this one here. So we're going to get some falafel and then we're going to head back on the road.
Thank you. You can tell we're novices at this. Okay, this is a new experience.
What's the plate for?
Plate for pickles, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But it's good. I can't do yours.
Okay, well, I'll get some of this going.
Yeah.
I think it's like a pesto, isn't it?
No, it's blue.
Well, what's this one? Is that tahini?
Yeah.
Right, we made it out alive and with 2 falafel wraps, so
They
it's quite an
look-
experience, wasn't it?
My brain was like, I don't know what to do.
I didn't have a free hand
And there
either.
was like a queue developing behind us as well. We looked like absolute travellers that time.
But basically, they give you a pita bread and then it's a self-service for what you put in it.
And I've
it was-
already, yeah,
It was €5 per falafel wrap, which is pretty good.
it's very good. And I've already tried the falafel and it's awesome. It's
tastes
definitely
really good.
different to the Lebanese falafel. But it's super good. That was a real Israeli falafel experience.
It was.
And I loved every second of it, even though it was extremely overwhelming at times.
If you're looking for it, it's just up this street,
Right at the top.
very end on the left, which is just off the main street there.
I feel like it's worth the hour drive just for that falafel experience. It was like my fingers and thumbs didn't work for a minute. I was so overwhelmed. It was like I'd forgotten.
Too many things to hold, isn't
Yeah. Completely forgotten how to do everything.
I don't know if it's mandatory to stop here. I'm
I
sure
don't
you'll
think
get beeped.
anything's mandatory here.
You'll get beeped at for sure anyway. Driving here can be a little bit chaotic at times.
Can be. It is.
People will be beeping at you to let you know you're doing something wrong, or they're going to overtake you, or they're going to take your parking space.
Any reason they're going to
Just
beep
going
at
to
you.
beep at you. Most of the time you can park in these zones here where you see the little blue P, but you do need to pay for that. We've downloaded the app, which makes it really easy. Otherwise you need to carry lots of coins, but I can't even see a pay machine here. Yeah, the app works really well, and they are looking for tickets, so we saw a few cars with tickets, so best to actually pay for parking as well. Next stop on our road trip of Israel is Nazareth. We just pulled up. Quite difficult to get a parking space, but we got one in the end.
Yeah, finally. And now we're headed to the to Mary's Well. I'm going to look a little bit around the city, but not spend too long here really, because there's not so much to see. And we're heading to Akko after this.
Yeah, we've got a busy day today, so we can't linger around too much. But there looks like there are plenty of interesting streets to go down.
Yeah.
And a few hot spots to see as
The
well.
smells are amazing here.
Yeah.
Every turn is like a different smell. If it's like a falafel or there's some kind of oriental smells.
Well, he's got some ginger juice there.
Ooh. you'll actually find the real ancient village of Nazareth. They've built kind of a walkway over the top of it, and you can't, I don't think, get in, but it's interesting to see how small Nazareth used to be. Next on the Nazareth agenda is Mary's Well. So as you come out of the back of the church, you walk uphill and it should drop back down again.
Well, we have just arrived at Mary's Well. It is here. I wouldn't make a gigantic detour to come and see this.
Definitely not.
If you're in Nazareth, why not come see it? The old bits round the back, but again, there's not so much to see.
Located in the heart of Lower Galilee, Nazareth is one of the most important destinations in Israel. As we walked around, it felt very different from the other cities in the country. It's hard to imagine that this vibrant city with a population of 80,000 was just a tiny village more than 2,000 years ago. Narrow streets, stone steps, beautiful houses and a colourful market with history at each turn. We explored the old city, the souk, Mary's Well and the Church of Annunciation in just a few hours. We were so glad we didn't overlook this special place.
We're back on the coast of Israel. We're just pulling into Akko, which is a fortified marina city dating back, I think, 750 years old. So we're going to go check that out. It's supposed to be one of the gems of Israel. So let's see what it's like. As I mentioned before, there's an app for parking here in Israel. It's quite simple. Once you set it up with your credit card and the registration of your car, wherever you pull up, you can simply press start parking and then stop parking whenever you leave, and it will charge however much it costs automatically.
Acre, or Akko as it's also known, is a little port town on the coast of northern Israel. The old city is a World Heritage Site, and ever since the 1990s, a large-scale archaeological excavations have been undertaken to preserve its ancient sites. Acre was first settled in the Bronze Age at around 3000 BCE. Over the years, the Romans, Ottomans, Crusaders, Byzantines, and now us have walked its cobblestone streets. As we entered the gates and made our way through the ancient alleyways, trying not to get lost, this city is like a maze, with a unique architecture and compelling sights at each turn. The colourful souk still trades as it has done for hundreds of years, with traders selling fresh goods and local dishes. The aromas and atmosphere vibrant and exciting. There's nothing you can't find in this market. From shoes to fishing nets, the market is full of character and culture. We tried some local coffee and headed down to the port. The port dates back to the 2nd and 3rd century BC and is still active with fishermen and workmen, giving it a genuine feel. Sean and I felt like we had stepped back in time as we watched the boats arrive and the sun setting into the sea.
finished here in Acre?
Yeah, time to head to Jerusalem. Alright, it's coming up to 20 to 5 at the moment. I think we've got another hour or so daylight. We're headed to Jerusalem. We've jumped on the motorway here. I think we've got toll roads coming up, and we're going to be on this road for about 2.5 hours, and we take this all the way straight to a hotel in Jerusalem. We hopefully might have a little bit of time tonight to go and have a quick walk about, but we'll see the city properly tomorrow. So it took a little bit longer to get to Jerusalem.
Of traffic.
Major traffic jams, and I thought we were going to run out of petrol at one point, but we didn't. It's
We
okay.
made it. We're in Jerusalem.
And we are here at Villa Brown.
Yeah.
And how awesome does this place look? It's a really old traditional hotel.
Yeah, Sean chose this one. All credit goes to him.
I get some credit for this one. So we're going to check in, and we're going to head quickly out to Jerusalem.
Yeah,
and
quick
we'll-
change and then we'll go.
I think we'll show you the hotel a bit more tomorrow.